Chapter 1. Echoes of a forgotten world. In the soft luminescence of Vex's twin suns, the vibrant landscape basked in a radiant dance of amber and gold. A modest abode lay amid the undulating hills, nestled in a cocoon of verdant foliage. Here, Zalef, a young engineer of rare talent, breathed life into dormant technology. Her workshop, a symphony of organized chaos, was alive with the hum of her latest creation. Her hands, adept and meticulous, weaved intricate circuits into a device that pulsated with untapped potential. The world of Zalef was a canvas of harmonious contrasts. The warmth and security of her family's love provided a stark counterpoint to the simmering unrest brewing beyond their idyllic haven. Her father, a stoic man of few words, watched her with eyes twinkling with unspoken pride. His gaze, often lost in thought, reflected a deep admiration for his daughter's innate gift. Her mother, a bastion of unwavering support, marveled at how Zalev's deft fingers could spin wonders from mere scraps and dormant ideas, her nurturing presence a steady anchor in the turbulent seas of change. Yet, even amidst these cherished moments of domestic tranquility, the whispers of unease, like wayward spirits, wove their way through their conversations. Rumors of an impending war, like dark clouds on the horizon, crept ever closer, casting elongated shadows over the tranquility of Vexa. Zalef, though profoundly entrenched in the intricacies of her work, found her thoughts increasingly besieged by the tumultuous winds of change. Each night, as her family gathered in the warm embrace of their home, sharing tales steeped in nostalgia and laughter, Zalev's gaze would invariably drift toward the stars. There, amidst the celestial tapestry, she contemplated the fragility of their existence, her heart a cauldron of trepidation and unwavering determination. In the dimly lit sanctum of her workshop, Zalef cradled an ancient artifact, its surface a labyrinth of symbols echoing tales of a bygone era. This relic, a cryptic bridge to the long-vanished Zenthauri civilization, had been unearthed within the depths of her family's estate. As her fingers traced its intricate patterns, a surge of unexplained connection reverberated through her, awakening a sense of belonging to a legacy far more significant and ancient than she had ever imagined. Her family, esteemed in their community for their unparalleled engineering prowess, now found themselves woven into a narrative that spanned millennia. Zalef grappled with questions that stretched the very fabric of time. How could their lineage be entwined with a civilization that had vanished into the annals of history, leaving behind nothing but enigmatic ruins and cryptic technology? What secrets did this ancestral bond to the Zenthauri conceal? The Zenthauri, once architects of an era that soared beyond the zenith of Vex's current achievements, had vanished, a legacy shrouded in mystery and silence. Driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge and a newfound sense of purpose, Zalef felt an irresistible pull towards the enigmatic ruins. It was a quest for answers, a journey to unravel the threads of her identity that seemed irrevocably interwoven with the fate of the Zenthauri. Amidst this introspective odyssey, the oppressive and distant rule of King X cast a long, foreboding shadow over the lands of Vexa. His governance, devoid of empathy and steeped in tyranny, ignited a burgeoning fire of discontent among the populace. Hushed conversations within the walls of Zalev's home, once dominated by discussions of engineering marvels and familial anecdotes, increasingly veered towards whispers of resistance and a collective yearning for emancipation. As the tension simmered, reaching a crescendo that echoed the beating drums of impending conflict, Zalef stood at a pivotal crossroads. Torn between the comfort of her known world and the siren call of a destiny that beckoned with the allure of the unknown, she was at the threshold of a journey that transcended the boundaries of her existence. The secrets of the Zenthauri, their enigmatic disappearance, and her inexplicable connection to this lost civilization wove a complex tapestry of destiny that Zalef could no longer ignore. With a resolve forged in the crucible of her heritage and fortified by the strength of her convictions, Zalef stood poised to embrace the path that lay uncharted before her. The secrets of the Zenthauri, their enigmatic disappearance, and her inexplicable connection to this lost civilization wove a complex tapestry of destiny that Zalef could no longer ignore. As the veil of night descended, casting a blanket of stars across the sky, Zalev's decision crystallized. The time for contemplation had passed, action beckoned. She began preparing for the journey that awaited her. She plotted her course in the stillness of her workshop, surrounded by the tools and creations that had defined her life thus far. She gathered the ancient relic, carefully storing it in a secure case designed to protect its delicate engravings and mysterious circuitry. Around her, the blueprints and components of her unfinished projects whispered of potential and unexplored paths, but her focus was now shifted. Zalev knew that the journey ahead would be fraught with challenges and uncertainties. Yet, the urgency of her quest, to connect the dots of her lineage with the Zenthauri and to understand the role her family might play in the impending conflict, propelled her forward. With each item she packed, a piece of her old life was stored away, making room for the new realities and revelations that awaited. Her engineering skills, honed through years of meticulous study and practice, would be her compass in navigating the unknown. The lessons imparted by her parents, a blend of technical understanding and moral fortitude, would be her guide. As she stepped out of her workshop, the artifact in hand, Zalev cast one last glance at the home that had been her sanctuary. The familiar walls, imbued with memories of laughter and learning, stood as silent sentinels to her departure. With a deep breath, she turned away, stepping into the cool embrace of the night, her eyes set on the horizon where adventure and truth awaited. This moment it marked the beginning of a new chapter in Zalev's life, where the echoes of a forgotten world would find a voice through her actions and discoveries. It was a path that would lead her into the heart of ancient mysteries in the crucible of a world on the brink of change. Chapter 2. The fracture of harmony. As dawn broke over Vexa, the sky painted itself in a cascade of crimson and orange, heralding a day unlike any other. The tranquility that had long been Vexa's heartbeat was about to be shattered. Like a dark storm gathering on the horizon, war descended upon the world with a ferocity that would forever alter its course. Zalev, once cocooned within the realm of her engineering marvels, found her reality violently upended as the brutal tide of conflict engulfed her beloved planet. The war did not announce itself with distant thunder but came crashing through Zalev's life with immediate and tragic force. In one harrowing night, where the air was thick with the acrid stench of burning and pierced by the wails of the wounded, the unthinkable happened. Zalev's family, her sanctuary of love and understanding, fell victim to a ruthless aerial assault. The home that had echoed with the laughter of her childhood and her future dreams was now nothing but ruins, a haunting testament to the fragility and transience of life. In the wake of this unspeakable devastation, Zalev's spirit, though battered and bruised, did not succumb to despair. The grief that enveloped her was both a shroud and a catalyst. Her brilliance as an engineer, once solely devoted to creation and innovation, now took on a somber new purpose. Amidst the ruins of her shattered world, driven by a blend of grief and an unyielding resolve, Zalev began constructing a vessel, a beacon of hope amidst the desolation. Night after night, under the ghostly light of Vexa's moons, Zalev toiled. Her hands, which once crafted devices of wonder, now built a means of escape, a testament to her resilience. This vessel, born from the depths of despair and the pinnacle of her ingenuity, was more than just a spacecraft. It was a tangible symbol of her determination to survive and to seek answers beyond her grief. Zalev found herself shedding the remnants of her past life as the world she knew crumbled around her. She embarked on a solitary journey aboard her creation with nothing left to anchor her. The spacecraft, a solitary ark amidst the sea of stars, charted a course into the unknown. As Vexa shrank into the distance, becoming a mere speck against the vast tapestry of space, Zalev grappled with the weight of her loss. Now receding into the void, the planet that had been her home left her a lone voyager propelled by the echoes of what once was. This journey was more than a physical escape. It was a voyage into the recesses of her being. Within the confines of her spacecraft, Zalev confronted the echoes of her past, the dreams she had nurtured, the life she had lost, and the uncertain future that lay stretched out before her. Each star whipping past her viewport was a reminder of her solitude and the infinite possibilities hidden within the cosmos. Her odyssey brought her to Asentria, a world vibrant with life and rich in history. Like Vexor, Asentria bore the fingerprints of the Zenthauri, evident in the ancient ruins and relics scattered across its landscape. This shared legacy with her destroyed home offered Zalaf a bittersweet solace as she began her new life amidst these echoes of a once great civilization. The people of Asentria, aware of the recent calamity that had befallen Vexor, welcomed Zalaf with awe and compassion. However, the warmth of their reception could not immediately melt the icy grip of grief that encased Zalev's heart. In this new world, amidst unfamiliar faces and customs, Zalaf felt like a stranger. Yet, she could not ignore the whispers of a connection that transcended time and space, a link to the legacy of the Zenthauri that beckoned her. In Asentria, Zalaf sought refuge in the one constant she knew, her engineering. Her talent, which had flourished on Vexor, quickly caught the attention of Asentria's academic community. This recognition led to a position at a prestigious university, where ancient texts and artifacts surrounded her. Here, Zalev's path took an unexpected turn, steering her towards a destiny intertwined with the secrets she longed to unravel. Chapter 3: A New Dawn on Asentria. As Zalev's ship descended through the azure skies of Asentria, she gazed upon an alien landscape. The planet's lush greenery and towering structures presented a vivid contrast to the war-ravaged vistas of Vexor. Yet, in the architectural echoes of the ancient Zenthauri, she found haunting reminders of her lost home, a poignant bridge between her past and present. The initial days in Asentria were a kaleidoscope of adjustment and acclimation. Zalaf, a revered engineer on Vexor, now faced the daunting challenge of navigating her new life as a refugee. The sense of loss was omnipresent, yet within her stirred an unwavering resolve to carve a new path amidst the remnants of her shattered past. The University of Asentria, a bastion of scholarship and research in alien archaeology, became Zalev's sanctuary. Her unique expertise in Zenthauri technology, a rare and invaluable skill, quickly earned her recognition and respect. Here, among the dusty tomes and weathered artifacts, Zalev's journey took a transformative turn. Amidst ancient scrolls and relics, Zalaf discovered Zentha, an advanced AI construct left behind by the Zenthauri. This seemingly fated encounter felt like the missing piece in her quest for answers. Zentha, with its vast repository of knowledge and a deep connection to the Zenthauri, became both a mentor and a companion to Zalaf in her relentless pursuit of the truth. Through Zentha, Zalaf unraveled the tale of the darkness between stars, a cosmic force that had once menaced the galaxy and contributed to the downfall of the Zenthauri. The revelation resonated with the war she had narrowly escaped, a chilling reminder that the shadows of the past were never too distant. Compelled by a sense of duty to her new home, Zalaf approached Asentria's leaders with Zentha's dire warning. Her revelation of an impending cosmic threat initially met with skepticism, gradually captured the attention of the ruling council. Zalaf was thrust into a pivotal role, leading an initiative to harness Zenthauri technology to defend Asentria. This undertaking rekindled a spark within Zalaf. She was no longer a survivor of Vex's tragedy. She had become a guardian of her new world, bridging the gap between ancient and present legacies. Her efforts to unravel the enigmas of her lineage and the Zenthauri legacy infused her life with a newfound sense of purpose and direction. However, as Zalaf delved deeper into the secrets of the Zenthauri, the shadow of King X's ambitions began to loom ominously over Asentria. His military presence on the planet, under the guise of aid, was a thinly veiled threat that Zalaf recognized all too well. She knew her fight was not just against the cosmic darkness but also against the insidious influence of a tyrant. Within the hallowed halls of the university, surrounded by whispers of ancient wisdom, Zalaf embarked on a journey that intertwined her fate with the future of Asentria. Standing at the nexus of a brewing storm, she was ready to confront the challenges ahead with the wisdom of the Zenthauri and the resilience forged in the crucible of her own experiences. Chapter 4: The Shadows of History. Within the scholarly embrace of Asentria's university, Zalef found not just a haven but a dynamic wellspring of purpose and discovery. Once overshadowed by loss and grief, her days gradually filled with the vigorous pursuit of ancient knowledge and new understanding. The university's vast archives, a treasure trove rich with alien archaeology and the enigmatic heritage of the Zenthauri, became Zalev's new realm of exploration. Navigating through the labyrinth of texts and artifacts, Zalef uncovered a connection that resonated deeply within her soul. This revelation linked the ruins of Asentria with those on her devastated home planet of Vexa, suggesting a shared history and intertwined fate between the two worlds. This insight provided a new lens through which Zalef viewed her work, fueling her drive to delve deeper into the mysteries of the Zenthauri. Her collaboration with Zentha, the advanced AI construct, proved to be invaluable. Zed, a bridge between the past and the present, enabled Zalef to unlock the secrets of the Zent, the hours that had lain dormant for centuries. She discovered their achievements in harnessing cosmic energies, their philosophies of balance and harmony, and the reasons behind their departure from physical existence. As Zalef pieced together the fragments of this ancient civilization, she uncovered a troubling truth. The darkness between stars, an evil force evil is mist as myth, was a tangible threat that had once led to the downfall of the Zenthauri and now loomed over the galaxy once more. Fueled by a sense of responsibility to her new home, Zalef approached the leaders of Asentria with the evidence gathered through Zentha. Her warnings initially met with skepticism, and her impending cosmic threat initially met with rout as the evidence became undeniable. King X's presence in Asentria cast a growing pall over the community during this rising tension and uncertainty. His military aid quickly revealed itself as a strategy to exert control. Zalef observed with a wary eye as King X's soldiers began to infiltrate key sectors of Asentrian society, including the halls of the city where she sought refuge and knowledge. The situation escalated when King X, driven by his unquenchable thirst for power, expressed interest in the Zenthauri technology Zalef was studying. Recognizing the peril of allowing such knowledge to fall into his hands, Zalef knew she had to act. With a blend of caution and determination, she began to forge alliances, rallying support among her colleagues and the wider Asentrian community to protect the secrets of the Zenthauri and uphold Asentria's autonomy. Night after night, Zalef and her team of trusted researchers, engineers, and sympathetic Asentrians worked in secret to unlock the secret of the Zenthauri technology. The goal was twofold: to shield Asentria from the cosmic threat and to thwart King X's looming ambitions. In these covert gatherings, under the shroud of secrecy and starlight, strategies were formed and plans set into motion. Zalef engaged in a dance of espionage and resistance, a precarious balancing act between her commitment to safeguarding Asentria and the lurking danger of King X's tightening grasp. Zalev's journey, once defined by personal loss and the quest for survival, had evolved into a larger narrative of resistance and protection. She stood as a beacon of hope and defiance in a world teetering on the brink, her story intertwining with the fate of Asentria and the shadows of history that threatened to engulf them all. Chapter 5. The gathering storm in the hushed halls of Asentria's university, where ancient history whispered its secrets through the echoes of time, Zalev's discoveries about the Zenthauri and the looming cosmic threat began to weave a tapestry of urgency and determination. The data retrieved from Zentha, the AI guardian of lost knowledge, painted a dire picture of the darkness between stars. This relentless, devouring force had once consumed civilizations, including the Zenthauri. As Zalef delved deeper into the archives, guided by Zentha's unparalleled insights, she uncovered the Zenthauri's final legacy: esoteric designs for a defensive mechanism capable of countering the darkness. This discovery was not merely academic. It held the potential to be Asentria's salvation in the face of impending doom. The revelation ignited a flurry of activity at the university. Zalef, along with Adedi, scientists, and engineers, embarked on the arduous task of deciphering and reconstructing the Zenthauri's designs. They raced against time, acutely aware that the darkness was not a distant threat but an imminent reality casting its chilling shadow across star systems. Meanwhile, King X's shadow loomed larger over Asentria. His facade of providing military support had slowly morphed into a subtle yet firm occupation. Under the guise of joint exercises and security collaborations, his troops had begun to exert control over strategic locations, including areas near the university. Zalif, recognizing the dangers of King X's intentions, initiated clandestine meetings with like-minded colleagues and local leaders. Together, they formed a covert resistance to safeguard technology from falling into the tyrant's hands. This group, though diverse in background and expertise, was united in their shared goal to protect Asentria's sovereignty and the freedom of its people. The situation reached a critical point when an emissary of King X demanded access to the university's research on the Zenthauri technology, citing the need for a unified defense against the cosmic threat. Zalif, aware of the danger of acquiescence, orchestrated a plan to keep the most critical aspects of their research hidden while outwardly displaying cooperation with the king's forces. A growing sense of unease haunted Zalif as the team continued their work. Each breakthrough in understanding the Zenthauri's defense mechanisms was shadowed by the fear of King X discovering their true potential. Once a sanctuary of learning and discovery, the university had transformed into a battleground of wits and secrecy. Amid this, Zalif found an unexpected ally in Liren, a young Asentrian historian interested in the Zenthauri. Liren's insights into the ancient civilization provided a fresh perspective, aiding Zalif in connecting the fragmented knowledge left behind by the Zenthauri. Together, they uncovered a crucial element: the existence of a Zenthauri artifact known as the Harmonic core, believed to be the key to activating the defense mechanisms. However, the core was last known to be in a location now under the control of King X's forces. As the darkness between stars drew closer, casting an ominous pall across the galaxy, the race to find the Harmonic core and unlock the secrets of the Zenthauri's defense became desperate. Zalif faced the challenge of deciphering ancient technology and the peril of outmaneuvering a cunning adversary who threatened to plunge Asentria into darkness. Chapter 6: The Race for the Harmonic Core. The atmosphere within the halls of Asentria's university was thick with a palpable sense of urgency as Zalif and her team labored tirelessly to unlock the Zenthauri's defenses against the rapidly approaching cosmic threat. Each discovery and revelation brought new challenges, but the linchpin of their success hinged on finding the elusive Harmonic core, an artifact of immense power and significance, now concealed within King X's fortified domain. Liren, the Asentrian historian whose deep understanding of the planet's history and geography had become invaluable, guided the team to locations where the Harmonic core might be hidden. Together, they combed through ancient maps and documents, tracing the artifact's journey through time, their efforts cloaked in secrecy to evade King X's ever-watchful gaze. Meanwhile, King X, increasingly paranoid about the potential threat posed by the Zenthauri technology to his rule, tightened his grip over Asentria. His soldiers patrolled the streets with a menacing presence, and his spies infiltrated various societal sectors, including the university. The atmosphere of fear and suspicion he cultivated served his purpose well, making Zalif's resistance more challenging. In a bold and daring move, Zalif and a select group of her most trusted allies embarked on a covert mission to retrieve the Harmonic core. Disguised as traders, they traversed the bustling markets and shadowy back alleys of Asentria's capital, inching ever closer to their target. The journey was fraught with peril at every turn as they evaded King X's forces and navigated through the city's complex web of loyalties, lies and betrayals. Meticulous planning and careful maneuvering, the team finally located the Harmonic core, hidden within an ancient Zenthauri temple, now heavily guarded and under the control of King X's forces. The temple, a relic of a bygone era, held its secrets behind layers of security and surveillance. The plan to retrieve the core was fraught with risk, requiring precision and perfect coordination. Zalif, relying on her engineering acumen and Liren's historical expertise, formulated a strategy to infiltrate the temple, secure the core, and escape undetected. On the night of the operation, the team executed their plan meticulously. They bypassed the temple's security systems, neutralized the guards, and navigated the labyrinthine corridors, guided by the faint, pulsating energy of the harmonic core. Once on satiated power, the artifact was awe-inspiring and intimidating. With the core secured, the team made their escape, but not without attracting the attention of King X's forces. A tense and harrowing pursuit ensued, leading to close and narrow escapes. The streets of Asentria's capital turned into a labyrinthine battlefield as Zalaf and her team raced against time and their relentless pursuers. Back at the university, the team's return with the harmonic core was a moment of triumph tinged with apprehension. The successful recovery of the artifact brought them one step closer to activating the Zenthauri's defenses. Still, it also escalated their conflict with King X, who was now keenly aware of the threat posed by Zalev's resistance. As Zalaf and her team began integrating the harmonic core with the reconstructed Zenthauri technology, the stakes were higher than ever. They faced the imminent arrival of the darkness between stars and the immediate danger posed by a tyrant determined to maintain his dominion over Asentria at all costs. Chapter 7: The Edge of Darkness. With the harmonic core now securely in their possession, Zalaf and her team faced the monumental task of integrating it with the reconstructed Zenthauri defense system. The core, pulsating with ancient energy, held the key to activating a shield capable of repelling the impending cosmic darkness. The laboratories of Asentria's university buzzed with a mix of anticipation and anxiety. Scientists and engineers, united by a shared purpose, worked alongside Zalaf, unraveling the complex algorithms and energy patterns of the core. Each breakthrough brought them closer to the goal, yet time was not on their side. The darkness between stars was drawing nearer, its approach marked by unsettling cosmic phenomena that sent ripples of fear across the planet. Amidst this race against time, King X's machinations cast a growing shadow over their efforts. Enraged by the theft of the harmonic core and aware of its potential, he intensified his efforts to seize control of the university and its resources. His troops, now openly hostile, surrounded the campus, effectively turning it into a besieged fortress of knowledge. Zalaf, undeterred by the mounting pressure, orchestrated a delicate dance of deception and resistance. She utilized her growing network of allies within Asentria, including sympathetic military officers and influential figures, to create diversions and maintain supply lines for the crucial work. As the integration of the harmonic core progressed, Zalaf grappled with the weight of her responsibilities. She had transcended her role as a scientist and engineer. She had become a beacon of hope for Asentria, a symbol of defiance against both the cosmic darkness and the authoritarian ambitions of King X. In a pivotal moment, Zalaf and her team achieved a significant breakthrough, successfully activating the Zenthauri defense system. The harmonic core, now fully integrated, emitted a surge of energy that enveloped the planet in a protective barrier. This barrier, shimmering with ethereal light, was a testament to the advanced understanding of cosmic forces possessed by the Zenthauri and Zalev's relentless pursuit of their legacy. However, their victory was short-lived. In a desperate assert his control, King X launched a full-scale assault on the university. Armed with advanced weaponry, his forces breached the campus defenses, leading to a fierce confrontation. Zalaf and her allies, though outnumbered, fought bravely, utilizing their ingenuity and the university's resources to hold back the invaders. Amidst the chaos of the battle, a startling phenomenon occurred. The darkness between stars, drawn to the energy of the harmonic core, arrived at the edge of Asentria's solar system. Its arrival, a vortex of dark energy and collapsing stars, posed an existential threat that overshadowed the terrestrial conflict. Faced with this greater enemy, Zalaf made a bold decision. She broadcast a plea broadcasted across Asentria, urging all factions, including King X's forces, to put aside their differences and stand together against the threat. Her passionate and sincere message resonated with many, leading to an unprecedented ceasefire. King X, witnessing the immense power and unity displayed by Zalaf and the people of Asentria, realized the futility of his ambitions. Surprisingly, he agreed to a temporary alliance, focusing all efforts on combating the darkness. As the people of Asentria united, Zalef led the charge, harnessing the power of the Harmonic core and the Zenthauri defense system. Together, they faced the darkness, a battle not just for survival but for the very soul of their world. Chapter 8: Unity Against the Void. In the looming shadow of the cosmic darkness, Asentria stood united, a world braced for a confrontation that transcended their internal strife. Under Zalev's leadership, the Harmonic core's power was fully harnessed, creating a shield that enveloped the planet in a radiant aura of defiance against the encroaching void. King X, his ambitions momentarily set aside, marshaled his forces in coordination with Asentria's defenders. The university, once conflicting interests, transformed into a university command center where strategies were forged and alliances strengthened. In this dire hour, pastryed under the necessity of survival, Zalef, at this dire hour of this maelstrom, emerged as more than a scientist or an engineer. She became a symbol of resilience, embodying the collective hope and determination of a world fighting for its future. Her voice, broadcast across the planet, became a rallying cry that united disparate factions under a common cause. As the darkness approached, a spectacular display of cosmic forces unfolded. The Zenthauri defense system, powered by the Harmonic core, unleashed waves of harmonic energy that clashed with the dark tendrils of the void. The skies above Asentria were alight with the battle between light and shadow, a struggle that which conflict had once brought the Zenthauri to their knees. On the ground, Zalef and her team worked tirelessly to maintain the shield, each adjustment and calculation a crucial step in holding back the darkness. The unity of purpose among Asentria's people and King X's forces proved vital, as every individual, regardless of their past, contributed to the defense of their world. Amid this cosmic battle, a miraculous event occurred. The harmonic energy, resonating with the collective will of Asentria's inhabitants, began to repel the darkness, pushing it back with a force that was both awe-inspiring and humbling. It was as if the planet itself, empowered by the hopes and dreams of its people, was fighting back against the threat that sought to consume it. King X, witnessing the power of unity and the resilience of the Asentrians, experienced a profound realization. His quest for power and domination paled compared to the majesty and strength displayed in this collective stand against destruction. In a moment of unexpected humility, he acknowledged the futility of his ambitions and vowed to aid Asentria in its reconstruction. The battle against the darkness became a turning point for Asentria and its people. As the void receded, defeated by the harmonic convergence of the planet's defenders, a sense of triumph and relief swept the world. The darkness between stars, which had once seemed an unstoppable force, had been repelled by the united strength of a world that refused to succumb to despair. In the aftermath, Asentria emerged as a survivor of a cosmic threat and a beacon of hope in a galaxy where unity had triumphed over division. Zalef, hailed as a hero, remained humble, recognizing that the victory belonged to all of Asentria. The legacy of the Zenthauri, once shrouded in mystery, now shone brightly as a testament to the power of knowledge, resilience, and unity. The events that unfolded in Asentria sent ripples across the galaxy, inspiring other worlds to look beyond their differences and recognize the common threads that bound them. Zalev's journey from the ashes of Vexa to the forefront of a galactic stand became a story told and retold, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, the light of unity and purpose could prevail. Chapter 9: Dawn of a New Era. The triumph over the cosmic darkness marked not just the survival of Asentria but the dawn of a new era, characterized by unity, hope, and an unyielding drive towards progress. Rejuvenated by the spirit of cooperation that had saved it from destruction, its people now bound by a shared destiny and a newfound sense of camaraderie. In the wake of the battle, Asentria began to rebuild, its landscape buzzing with energy and activity. Zalef, regarded as the architect of their salvation, found herself at the vanguard of this rebirth. Her vision, expertise, and unwavering leadership were crucial in steering the reconstruction efforts, turning the lessons learned from the conflict into foundations for a stronger, more harmonious society. King X's perspective, inexorably altered by the recent events, honored his vow to support Asentria's reconstruction. His forces, once instruments of oppression, now worked alongside the Asentrians in rebuilding what had been lost. This unexpected alliance, forged in the crucible of cosmic conflict, cultivated mutual respect and slowly began to mend the rifts of the past. Zalef, leveraging her profound understanding of Zenthauri technology, spearheaded initiatives that revolutionized Asentria's infrastructure and technological landscape. The Harmonic core, once a defensive weapon against the darkness, became a sustainable energy source, propelling Asentria into a new age of technological advancement and ecological balance. The university, a bastion of knowledge and discovery, expanded its scope to include research in cosmic sciences and ancient civilizations. Scholars and scientists from across the galaxy were drawn to Asentria, eager to study the remnants of the Zenthauri and the data from the battle against the darkness. The university transformed into a hub of interstellar collaboration, fostering an environment of shared knowledge and exploration. In this renewal era, Zalev's partnership with Zentha unraveled further mysteries of the Zenthauri. Their collaborative research opened new realms of understanding, blending ancient wisdom with contemporary science. The legacy of the Zenthauri, once a distant echo, now resonated powerfully in the halls of academia and the wider galaxy. The unity and cooperation that had been the linchpin of Asentria's survival became the bedrock of its new society. The planet, once innocent, now extended its planet to neighboring worlds, sharing its experiences and offering support. Asentria's transformation from a world on the brink of destruction to a beacon of hope and progress became a story that inspired many, igniting a movement of peace and collaboration across the galaxy. Zalef, in this new era, found fulfillment in a sense of peace that had long eluded her. The memories of Vexa, while still poignant, were now accompanied by the satisfaction of having forged a new legacy that honored the past while embracing the promise of the future. In this new era, the galaxy looked to Asentria as a model of resilience and unity. The story of Zalev's journey from the ashes of her home world to becoming a unifying force for a brighter future became a beacon of inspiration, a reminder that even in the darkest times, hope and determination could pave the way for a new dawn. Chapter 10: Echoes of the Zenthauri. In the years following the repulsion of the cosmic darkness, Asentria flourished under a new era marked by peace, innovation, and prosperity. The planet symbolized resilience and unity, with Zalef at the heart of its renaissance. Her journey from a grief-stricken refugee to a galactic hero was not just her own but had become Asentria's emblematic story. Zalef, now a respected leader and visionary, continued her work at the university, deepening her exploration into the mysteries of the Zenthauri. Her partnership with Zentha, the AI custodian of Zenthauri knowledge, led to groundbreaking discoveries about their ancient technologies and philosophies. The Harmonic core, once a shield against annihilation, was now a beacon of enlightenment, illuminating forgotten aspects of cosmic science and harmony. Inspired by Zenthauri's advanced understanding of the universe, Zalef initiated projects to harness these ancient technologies to better Asentria and other worlds. These projects ranged from sustainable energy systems to interstellar exploration initiatives, each embodying the spirit of innovation and cooperation that now defined Asentria. The impact of these initiatives was far-reaching. Asentria's advancements in sustainable technology and cosmic science drew attention from across the galaxy, fostering partnerships with other civilizations. Once defensive against external threats, the planet was now a hub of intergalactic diplomacy and cultural exchange. As Asentria's influence grew, so did Zalev's reputation as a symbol of hope and progress. Her story resonated with people from all walks of life, serving as a reminder of the indomitable spirit that could overcome even the most impossible odds. Despite her achievements and acclaim, Zalef remained grounded and focused on her mission to uncover the full extent of the Zenthauri's legacy. Her research led her to explore the far reaches of the galaxy's trails left by the Zenthauri in their mysterious exodus from the PHY departure realm. Through her explorations, Zalef discovered other worlds touched by the Zenthauri, each holding pieces of the puzzle that was their disappearance. She encountered ancient ruins, enigmatic artifacts, and remnants of long-lost technologies, each discovery bringing her closer to understanding the fate of the civilization that had once shaped the galaxy. Through her explorations, Zalef discovered other worlds touched by the Zenthauri, each holding pieces of the puzzle that was their disappearance. She encountered ancient ruins, enigmatic artifacts, and remnants of long-lost technologies, each discovery bringing her closer to understanding the fate of the civilization that had once shaped the galaxy. In this new era, the galaxy looked to Asentria as a model of resilience and unity. The story of Zalef's journey from the ashes of her home world to becoming a unifying force for a brighter future became a beacon of inspiration, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope and determination could pave the way for a new dawn.